So remember that time I recorded a TBR for a readathon and then didn't post for 10 months? Yeah, me neither. Hey, what's up guys? It's Andy. Welcome back to my channel. Long time, no talk, but I'm just gonna get straight into the video. As you've seen by the title, this is my TBR for the Reading Rush. This was also known as BookTubeAthon. This will be my first year participating and I'm super excited, and I'm actually gonna complete a readathon this time and post about it. So I think I'm just gonna go over what all the challenges are first and then talk about my TBR options, because I'm a mood reader, so this could change, and I'm gonna be doubling up on challenges, even tripling up. I'm gonna make it to where like 2 or 3 books, probably 3, will make me win the Reading Rush. The first challenge is read a book with purple on the cover. The second challenge is read a book in the same spot the entire time. 3 is read a book that you meant to read last year, which is a lot. 4 is read an author's first book. 5, read a book featuring a non-human main character, which sounds hard, but this was the most challenging of the challenges, I think, but not really that hard once you think about it. And the 6th is pick a book with 5 or more words in the title. 7 is read a book and watch the book to movie adaptation. Most years there was a challenge to read 7 books, but this year that is not one of the 7 challenges, but it is a bonus challenge. So the first book is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. This covers a few challenges, so this is like priority 1. This is Becky Albertalli's debut novel, so it does count for that challenge. It also has more than 5 words in the title, so there you go. But the main one I wanted to do this for was the book to movie adaptation, because I do have Love, Simon on DVD and haven't watched it again since I've seen it in theaters. So I'm pretty psyched for this one. I've been wanting to reread this since last year, so there's another challenge. I want to reread it, annotate it, and watch the movie again because I love it. Next up is Luckiest Girl Alive by Jessica Knoll. I think this follows a girl years at, like, she had some kind of sexual assault in high school, but this is following her as an adult. And I'm really not too sure what it's about, but I've heard that it's good. And really, the only challenge that this covers is read a book that you meant to read last year. I got it at a library sale. It's been sitting on my shelf, so I want to read it and decide to either keep it or give it away, sell it, whatever. Another book I want to read this week is Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. Siege and Storm is the second book in the Grisha trilogy, and I recently just read the first book, so I'm really excited to continue on with the series, and I do already have the ebook out from the library. For this book, the only challenge that it really counts to is a book I meant to read last year, so it won't be a priority, but it is one that I'm going to be reading anyway, so I might as well get some of it done this week. Another book I want to read this week is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. This is written in verse. I do have the audiobook out from my library, so it should be really quick to get through. This counts for more than 5 words in the title, and it has purple on the cover. So, and I've heard nothing but great things. I guess it follows a girl, I think she's in her senior year, but she got pregnant and had a child in her freshman year of high school. And the title, With the Fire on High, is because this centers around cooking. The main character, I think, wants to be a chef, and I think there's a trip to Spain involved. I don't really know too much about books before I read them because I just like to get a general idea and then just jump into it and not know too much. So yeah, that one's on audio, so that'll give me something to listen to that will count toward 2 challenges. I did forget to mention that I also have The Luckiest Girl Alive on audio as well, so that'll make it easier to get through. Another book with purple on the cover is Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. This is a romance. I've heard that it's steamy, wonderful, and I've been so pumped to read this for the longest. And I do actually have, well, obviously I have the physical copy, but I do have the audiobook finally checked out from my library, so I can fly through audiobooks. So I think this will end up being a good readathon. I have a lot of audiobook options. Speaking of audiobook options, as kind of a bonus that might get me toward my 7-book challenge, if I could reach that, is Evidence of the Affair by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It is a novella, very short. I do have the audiobook and the ebook, so that should be pretty simple to fly through. And really, that would count toward a book I meant to read last year. I hope it came out in 2018. I'm not even sure, but that might just be like my 7th book or something if I get to it. Now, there's a couple more challenges that remain that I haven't talked about yet. I've got A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. That counts for the challenge of a non-human main character, because there's a monster. And this is short and has a lot of illustrations in it. I've heard it's good. I've heard it's very sad, but good. So this might be one I get to. And this could also be read in the same spot. I could just, put this up and down and read it in one spot. I haven't officially decided where that spot will be, but I think it might be my recliner chair because, reading in bed really isn't a challenge because that's just kind of what naturally happens most of the time. So we'll see. Another one that I'm excited to get to for this readathon, which I might prioritize over A Monster Calls, is Saga Volume 9 by Fiona Staples and Brian K. Vaughan. This is a series that follows people from other planets, so I guess they're technically aliens. Like, one race has wings, one has horns, but this is the 9th volume, so I'm not really gonna talk about any kind of plot because that's spoilers. Just if you haven't read them, haven't heard of them, and you're into graphic novels, these are a really cool fantasy. So that would be non-human, and I can read it all in the same spot. It's a graphic novel. And lastly, I do have a couple honorable mentions that if I get to them, they might help me get to the 7 books. If I don't, that's fine. But a couple other graphic novels that have been on my list to read are Moonstruck and Spell on Wheels. These are both different, but they're each kind of have a witchy vibe. Spell on Wheels revolves around a mystery or something, and Moonstruck I think might be more of a coming of age type of story, but I'm not 100% sure. The Reading Rush takes place Monday, July 22nd through Sunday, July the 28th. So my big plan is really if I read these 2 plus like Saga Volume 9, that's all my challenges right there. So I'm not stressed. I can definitely get through 3 books in a whole week, especially since I have audiobooks. I can already tell you I'm not gonna daily vlog. That's just not something that I can really do. My life is not that exciting. It would just be stupid. But I might have, film some clips here and there and then just kind of make a mini vlog / wrap up after this. We'll see how it goes. If all else fails, I will do a wrap up and talk about how I feel about things that I read and all of that. So if you want to see me actually follow through on a readathon, stay tuned, hit subscribe. It would mean a lot. And if you want to be friends, I will link my Twitter and Goodreads down below. I really am more active on Goodreads more than anything. I'm going to try to get more into Twitter. So, until my next video, I will see you guys next time. Bye!